I'm hungry.
Hi foodies, welcome back to Hope's Hungry. This week we're in the beautiful Cabo Mexico, and I'm going to be bringing you along with me for everything that I eat in a day. We enjoyed some fun nightlife and some stunning beaches, but my favorite part of the day had to be the delicious food. From traditional Mexican tacos to authentic Italian lasagna, and even bringing it all the way back home with some American cheeseburgers, we are going to have some yummy bites with some beautiful views along the way. That said, I'm hungry. Let's eat! This morning I woke up a little jet lagged, so I got a late start to my day, but luckily there was this cute brunch spot right across the street from our hotel called Crepes and Waffles. They have bottomless mimosas, so you know I had to start with that, and I got a golden brown bacon, egg, and cheese croissant with a vibrant side salad. First, I started with the salad, and I liked it. It was lightly drizzled with olive oil and had some sliced cucumbers in there that added a nice crunch. It was a good fresh way to start my day. Next, I had to bite into this warm croissant. Oops, if I can pick it up. It was flaky and buttery, the eggs were fluffy and cheesy, and the bacon added that nice crispy bite and fattiness to it that was so yummy. Every time I get something savory, I have to follow it with something sweet, so I got some Nutella blueberry waffles that were topped with powdered sugar, and they were super sweet, but they were also warm and fluffy and delicious. And they came with this homemade whipped cream that was nice and light and really balanced everything out. This brunch hit the spot. I was hungry again, so I stopped by Las Comadres to try out some traditional Mexican tacos. I got beef, chicken, and al pastor tacos on a flour tortilla. I also got a refreshing mango juice that I loved. The tacos were topped with cilantro, cojita cheese, pico, and hot sauce. The flour tortilla was light and warm, and the meat inside was so tender and juicy, it was delicious, and that hot sauce was for real. To balance everything out, I added a squeeze of fresh lime, and it gave it a nice pop of citrus. Everything was so delicious. You can't find tacos like this in Virginia. Next, we decided to grab an early dinner at a spot called District MX. We got some chicken tenders and fries. They looked really good, but they weren't the best. We got some chicken wings. We did half buffalo, half teriyaki. These wings were also a little bit off. We got a steak and cheese and a fried chicken sandwich. The fries were the best part of this whole meal. Everything was presented really nicely, and we had heard good things about the spot, but it didn't really wow us.
3 hours later.
After spending some time at the beach, we decided to walk around the streets of Cabo to see what they had to offer, and it was so fun and absolutely gorgeous. Then we decided to get a late dinner at La Forchetta. We got a free bread basket, which is my favorite, and they have lots of different kinds of bread. And it came with some bruschetta. Mexico is the home of Caesar dressing, so we had to try some Caesar salad while we were out here. It came with some thick cut Parmesan cheese, which was my favorite. I did not love that I had to cut the salad myself. I tasted it, and the dressing was surprisingly sweet. It was pretty good, not my favorite though. Luckily, we have lots more food coming. Next, we got some lasagna, and it smelled amazing. We also got a pizza, and normally I wouldn't think of these as beach foods, but they both looked really good, so I was pretty excited. As soon as I stuck my fork into this lasagna, I could tell it was layered out perfectly, and this cheese pool is serious. I was so excited to bite into this, maybe a little bit too excited. Ouch! Once I finally did get a good bite, the cheese lived up to the expectations. It was so ooey gooey and delicious. It was so stringy and yummy. The noodles were cooked perfectly, and the sauce was a little bit sweet and tangy. That pork was tender and a little bit spicy, and there was some fresh herb on top that really balanced everything out. Having a hot, heavy meal at the end of a long day at the beach was surprisingly perfect. I loved this. Next, I was ready to try the pizza. The pizza was topped with jalapeno and pepperoni, and of course cheese, but the cheese pool was not as impressive as I had hoped after that lasagna. Oops. That jalapeno added a real kick, and the pepperoni was so yummy. The pizza was really good, but the crust didn't really hold up as well as I had hoped, so it was kind of falling apart in my hands. I ended up using a fork and a knife on this, but it was still delicious. Finally, I was ready to try this chicken and shrimp Alfredo. I could tell by how the sauce was dripping off that it wasn't quite as creamy as the Alfredo I had last night, but I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. So I bit into it, and it didn't have that same char as the Alfredo I had tried before. It was just okay. But if you want to find out where you can get the best Alfredo in the entire world, make sure you check out my last video.
No Alfredo is ever going to be the same.
Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for joining me for everything that I ate in a day in Cabo, and make sure you stay hungry because part 2 is coming soon. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can see more. See you soon!